Honourable President, you're the steward of South Africa, and despite your so-called wish that your cabinet would be smaller, it has grown like topsy. You didn't cut any of the ANC positions, you just added me and you, Kapezu. You have recently appointed, Honourable President, you recently appointed an acting Minister of Police who incidentally says there's no such constitutional provision. He's the Minister of Police. Because you couldn't promote two of the deputies. You didn't trust them to become ministers. You also fired the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry and Competition 75 days ago, and that position still remains vacant. These two examples illustrate just how insignificant and redundant these positions are. Stewardship, Mr. President, is well explained in the book of Matthew, where three of the minister's servants were given 10, 5, and 1 bags of gold to look after. Two of them increased the value of what they were given, and they were rewarded. One buried what they were given and was rebuked. Why are you burying what you've been entrusted with by maintaining such a costly, bloated, and ineffective cabinet? Will you and your party support my private member's bill, constitutional amendment to do away with deputy ministers so that the cost of these redundant members can be redirected to the betterment of our country? Simple question. Will you support it? It's coming. Will you support the private member's bill? If you want a smaller cabinet.
The Honourable President.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. What Honourable Trollip is saying sounds like a threat. So my response to that, rather than say I don't respond to threats, is the following. My response is I would really like to look at that bill. I think please have the bill forwarded so that we look at it. I'm not able to respond in any way whatsoever until I see the contents of the bill. Now, therefore, much as I said, it sounds like a threat. It isn't a threat. No, I want to actually compliment you and say, I don't see it as a threat. I see it as a very meaningful contribution because you are concerned, as I am, of the size of our executive. And the size of the executive we now have is a result of the outcome of our elections, where we had to put together a government of national unity with 10 political parties that sat down and negotiated the structure of the government we have. Now, whether we like it or not, it is what we have. Ideally, Honourable Trollip, I would want a much smaller executive. I would also like fewer deputy ministers. But right now, we do have deputy ministers who are really putting shoulder to the wheel, who are going even beyond what I would call the call of duty. And those deputy ministers are distinguishing themselves as real contributors to our governance. And what I also really am appreciating is the fact that many of our deputy ministers are working so well with their minister colleagues. So, Honourable Deputy Speaker, I think I've responded to the question. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.